Welcome, welcome to Warp Zone, a podcast on sci-fi, philosophy, religion, politics, gaming, and anything else.
Taboo!
Taboo! I'm Ben Banasik.
I'm Tara Smith.
Tara is currently chewing.
No, shut up. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop though.
We're in the Rogers room.
A new room.
The new room, yeah. The Rogers room as part of the John Woolley building. Now, Tara, I've done a bit of research. Can you tell me,
on the room.
Can you tell me who H.L. Rogers is?
Yeah, he's the guy who built the thing.
Okay, what thing?
The building.
No.
Damn.
No, I don't know. Could be.
Oh,
But the amount of research was I read the thing and the door.
Oh, you just know his full name.
Yeah,
You can actually
H.L. Rogers, yeah.
What does it stand for? Harold Lewis Rogers.
His legacy Rogers.
Ooh,
I don't know.
It's the best thing.
I struggled with that, yeah. Today is a spoopy episode. Ooh, we're going to be talking about something. What are we talking about? The Monkey's Paw by W.W. Jacobs.
Yeah, and you didn't do any research on the writer.
Nothing.
No,
I don't think it's necessary. Because we're just going to talk about the story.
Yeah, true. Which was so good.
We didn't like it.
It's just a bit boring. It was
Why?
like 7 pages. Not much happened in it. There's no character development. What was the wife's motive?
There's no...
Oh, she was scared.
What do you mean?
She just didn't have much character development.
She wanted her son to come back.
Yeah, but that's not why was she there? Why, what was her role to play?
Well, you're being facetious.
I am being facetious. No, I didn't really like it. I thought it was an interesting. It was like a slightly better written Goosebumps story.
Have you seen the Simpsons episode with it?
No.
Okay, so there's a Simpson episode which
like one of the haunted whatever.
Yeah. Treehouse of Horrors.
Yeah.
Okay, so recap. There is a dude that finds this is going to be an amazing recap. All right, so perhaps we'll go to it. Whilst Tara opens, what are you opening?
Coconut. I apologize. This is going to be one of our worst podcasts.
No, I think that this is good.
No.
This is
for
jovial.
the 12 listeners, we love you. That's our average is 12.
I like how we're doing like an end of year thing, and most other podcasts do like drunken casts. And
we sound like that all the time.
You sound like you're drunk now.
Oh, that's true. I think
but
I'm
you're
tired.
not. Yeah. Okay. So, next week's going to be great then. I'm going to be recording all day. All right. The story starts without the night.
Hang on, I have to interrupt. Whenever you read a bit wrong. Every time I've read over your shoulder, reading what you're reading, you do it wrong.
Don't.
No, you do.
Without, the night was cold and wet. But in the small parlour of Laburnum Villa, the blinds were drawn and the fire burned brightly. Father and son were at chess, the former, who possessed ideas about the game involving radical changes, putting his king into such sharp and unnecessary perils that it even provoked comment from the white-haired old lady knitting placidly by the fire.
Oh, what a
you're
beautiful
going to say you
domestic
hate
scene.
it. Okay, yeah. So it paints the picture of a family that are sitting in this room, and then there is a knock at the door, and a person comes in. So Herbert White, I think it is.
No, Herbert White's
the old dude. That's right. Who's the other? Sergeant Major Morris. It reminds me of Catch-22 with Major.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun book.
That is a good book.
We could talk about that. Okay.
Can I do the voice for the old man? For Sergeant Major?
Oh, you want to do Sergeant Major Morris?
I want when he's describing the monkey's paw.
Oh, okay. Where is it? Do
we read that bit?
No. Where is Monkey Paw? This is fascinating reading.
Yeah, I know.
By all these people.
All 12 of you.
Hmm.
What part are you looking for? You missed it before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the old man.
This is the old man talking. So we're talking about India, I think.
Yeah, and I'll be Sergeant Major.
So I'm the old man?
Yeah.
I should like to see those old temples and fakirs and jugglers, said the old man. What was that you started telling me the other day about a monkey's paw or something, Morris?
Nothing, the soldier said hastily. Leastways, nothing worth hearing.
Monkey's paw? Said Mrs. White curiously.
Well, it's just a bit of what you might call magic, perhaps, the Sergeant Major said the Sergeant Major offhandedly. Maybe I do read things wrong.
His three listeners leaned forward eagerly. The visitor absent-mindedly put his empty glass to his lips and then set it down again. His host filled it for him.
Do you think our three listeners are listening eagerly right now?
Can we read it all out? I think that's just the whole
Keep
pod.
going.
Okay, no, you're Sergeant Major.
Oh, to look at, said the Sergeant Major, fumbling in his pocket. It's just an ordinary little...
You can't read.
It's just an ordinary little paw dried to a mummy.
He took something out of his pocket and proffered it. Mrs. White drew back with a grimace, but her son, taking it, examined it more curiously. And what is there special about it? Inquired Mr. White as he took it from his son and, having examined it, placed it upon the table.
It had a spell put on it by an old fakir, a very holy man. He wanted to show that fate ruled people's lives, and that those who interfered with it did so to their sorrow. He put a spell on it so that 3 separate men could have each their 3 wishes from it.
His manner was so impressive that his hearers were conscious that their light laughter jarred somewhat. Well, why don't you have 3, sir? Said Herbert White cleverly.
The soldier regarded him in the way that a middle age is wont to regard presumptuous youth. I have, he said quietly, and his blotched face winched. Whitened.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, okay.
It's so special. Are you a bit dyslexic?
I just can't see.
Oh, that's
You
true.
just pick
We
up
don't need to
my
read anymore.
ailment. Anyway, yes. So, Monkey Paw. Monkey Paw has 3 wishes. So it's like the lamp.
genie lamp,
Yeah. But there's a twist to the story here. So there's a limitation of the amount of wishes that can be given. Old mate, Sergeant Major,
Yep.
is the second in line.
Yep.
Mr. White takes the monkey paw. So after this point, Sergeant Major throws the monkey paw into, or tries to throw it in flames. And Mr. White takes it, rescues it, and then holds it, and he wishes for something menial.
Yes.
Yes.
£200, I think.
Some
And then he leaves. It's not really clear.
Yeah,
it's like
it's £200.
Sergeant leaves. Sergeant leaves, and
Yeah,
but
he's
he's like all like, oh, the magic paw gives you wishes, but they're not great. Like as if not everybody would then want the 3 wishes. He kind of like obviously is like, it's not good, but you know, it makes everyone all excited. He could have just not ever mentioned it. You know what I mean?
Well, you think he's like a parent, you know, at Christmas
Yeah,
time
don't
party
open
said,
the present.
don't open the present.
Yeah. Don't you think?
Yeah. He's a bit weird how he's just rocked up to
I don't remember him leaving either. It's like suddenly he's there and then he's gone. Like it's the middle of the night. Like doesn't he stay the night? Like where does he go? I don't remember that.
I don't know. He does go somewhere.
Oh, he leaves.
He leaves, yeah. It doesn't
Anyway,
matter. He's not
they make a
needed
wish for
anymore.
£200, and then
Yeah. And then
what
the
happens?
monkey paw, he drops it to the ground.
Oh, because it twitches when he makes
It
the
twitches,
wish.
yeah. So in The Simpsons, they've got like the monkey paw holding out 3 fingers, and then that finger closes. Yes, and then there's 2 fingers left.
Why don't we just review the Simpsons episode? It'd probably be more exciting.
Oh, I can't believe that you dislike this. It's amazing. No?
It's boring.
Maybe we should put stormy music in the background
Yeah, I
of
think
this
that's a
whole
good idea.
episode. It's spoopy. Might cover up your chewing.
Unlikely.
I'll see to that.
Anyway, so the £200, what happens? I can't remember.
Okay, so the son is working on the fields.
No, before that. Well, how does he... Oh, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the son's working on the
I
fields.
thought he worked in a factory with machinery.
Is he?
Oh my god.
No, he's working in the fields.
No,
isn't
he's
he?
not.
Farmhand.
No, he's working with machinery.
Let's have a look.
Worst podcast ever. Oh, it's later because they tell him what happened. The guy gives the account. Further down. Sorry. He was caught in the machinery.
Yeah,
I
it's
assume
farm
that would
machinery.
happen. Oh, it doesn't say, does it? I interpret it as being machinery, as in
I thought he was a farmer. Anyway. You got, so,
he died.
the son died.
Son died.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Son dies.
Yeah.
And there's a payout.
Of £200. So that's the thing. So be careful what you wish for, everybody, because it might turn bad. Because at the end, fate will always find a way.
Yeah. So, what happens after that?
The wife wants to make the wish that the son comes back alive and comes back as a zombie.
But the funny thing is, she only comes to that realization of wishing that
10 days after.
10 days after. So they've got this monkey paw sitting on the banister of the, and the key is here that the wishes come true and it might be just per chance. So,
it's just coincidence.
Just coincidence, yes, that's right. So they wish the son alive. And then what happens?
He comes knocking at the door.
Yeah.
And then they wonder, should they let in the monster? Because apparently the father had visited him in the morgue and he did not resemble a human any longer.
Yeah, he didn't look like, he was...
And after 10 days, he was a bit rotted. Yeah.
Spoopy.
And then they decide that the final wish, which is a bit ambiguous, but we assume is that the son goes away.
Yeah, because the wife opens the door, the mother opens the door, and there is nothing there at all. And the story endeth.
Yeah, so we assume that the father made the final wish that of the three, that the zombie child went back to the ground where he belonged.
Yeah.
And the moral of that tale is be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, it's very simple. All right, so let's talk about it.
I really loved what they did with the ambiguity with the gender roles. I don't really care. You liked it?
Yeah, I did. I liked it. I thought it was quite atmospheric, and I thought it was quite a quick, nice tale. Like a spoopy, nice tale. Old school, nice spoopy tale. Now, you disliked it.
I just thought it was boring.
Okay.
But we've read. I mean, do you know what year it was? We don't know. But when we read it says
1902.
1902. When we read the H.G. Wells.
Yeah.
H.G. Wells was spooky, and it managed to make that spooky element through the language by describing certain things certain ways, and that real horror element I thought was actually quite nuanced. Whereas this is, to me, it's just something you might tell at a fireside, tell your friends,
yes,
and go.
Yes. Yeah, it's that type of thing.
Pretty simplistic.
Yeah, and it's a bit jokey and a bit ridiculous about the whole thing. So, person turns up at your door, gives you a monkey paw.
Yeah.
Being the vegan that you are.
Yeah. I'll say, ew, get that thing away from me. Same with when people collect kangaroo testicles. Disgusting.
Oh, I hate that. Jodie's in favourite. Jodie's family, they have animal parts around.
Yeah,
they just.
That.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Taxidermy gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Like fox pelts and stuff.
Yeah, so
I get
gross.
that they're pests. That's great. And yeah, you have to find something.
Oh, the cane toads? Worse. The cane toads doing have you seen them? They stuff cane toads and give them like sporting paraphernalia.
Really?
Have you seen these?
No? Do people actually do that?
Yes. They get cane toads that have been run over or whatever, and they fill them out and they get them to be
you have to kill them. You have to kill all of them. They're bad. Yeah. They're real bad.
Oh, but what about the... I'm just joking. They are all bad.
You want to neuter...
Bring out the violins.
You want to neuter release.
Yeah, I keen are cane toads. I go get the male cane toads and catch them and then snip their little testicles off and then release them again.
It's alright, they'll change into females. If you'd seen Jurassic Park, you'd know that. Life finds a way.
It does. No, what's this? Yeah, that's it. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, monkey paw. What would my 3 wishes be?
Yeah, would you make the wishes?
I'm pretty superstitious. If somebody told me not to play with the bad juju, I wouldn't use it.
Okay, alright.
Would you?
No. Maybe. I don't know. But what would you wish for?
If I was...
3?
Well, so the idea is that it might come to pass, but whatever may happen. I'd be very specific because you need to be specific with these kind of wishes. You can't say I wish for $1 million. You have to say I wish for $1 million to happen with no expense at me or my family, right? You start putting caveats like you would a law contract.
Yeah.
What would I wish for though? I don't know. Probably a job. I wish for a job.
Like at a library where you go.
No, a tenured academic position.
Oh, a tenured academic.
That I could never get kicked out of, and that I will always be in, and that would be probably one of my wishes.
Okay. So I'd wish. So my first,
wait, let me change that.
So that's
your
first
peace.
wish?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. No, I think that it'd be natural for us to wish for things which would affect us. Because if you think about it, like if you wish for something like, no early death or something like that. You could do the Sisyphus thing of, okay, then it means that you're just getting rid of death, and you'd have people on battlefields like torn apart, but then still alive, determining existence.
I probably wouldn't try and mess around with any like fundamental laws like that, would you?
No, I'd be, too bad. So, okay, so more selfishly, I'd probably wish for no debt.
With a T at the end, not death.
Debt.
Yeah.
Debt. D-E-B, deb?
No debt.
Debted.
Yeah.
Yeah, no debt.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, nothing on my house, nothing on the business. Nothing on the business would be
Debt-free,
good.
you'd be a new man.
I'd be the same. I'd do exactly the same. So no debt would be good.
I'd like some money. $1 million. Actually, why not aim high? $1 billion. But you give so much away to tax. It's weird that people, when they win the lottery, so much of their money have to go towards tax. So shit.
Sometimes. Depends on what you do, yeah. I don't know. What else? What would my second... What would your second be?
I think, so I've got a job, would be nice. Then maybe $1 million.
Oh, so $1 million is your second.
Yeah, I think billion is just so much money. Maybe, I think $1 million would be a good amount.
$1 million? Yeah. Okay.
And then I'd want a house. A nice house.
You've got a house?
Another one. Big one.
Okay.
With lots of backyard and
cats?
cats. Room for cats. That'd be my free wish.
Outside?
Yeah.
And then some people would look at your cats and go,
oh, no,
we have to go capture them.
No, I wouldn't let them roam. I don't believe in cats being allowed outside.
Yeah, that's good.
What would be your second and third wish?
So that's my first one. My second one...
Would you wish for immortality? We've talked a bit about like this, that people always say, oh, no, I wouldn't wish for immortality, but don't think everybody wants to live forever a little bit, right? Do you think? I think so.
Yeah. But it'd be hard. Like, you'd be watching all of your loved ones pass away.
Yeah, get new ones. you have
all your children.
You'd have infinity to figure that out, to have a good morality and a good point of view. I'd like to live forever, but the choice to die when I was ready.
Oh, okay.
That'd be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
How many caveats can you put on these wishes?
I don't know.
Like
the monkey paw would be getting annoyed by now.
I'd be like, whoa, wiggling out of your hand.
Yeah. See, I don't even know what I'd go for the second and third ones.
After your death, if you've won everything.
yeah, because that's like a lot of the drama in life
money?
is... No.
Or another house?
Nah.
A bigger house? Your house is pretty small.
It's okay. I like my small house.
Yeah, but...
What do I want more lawn for? I don't want more lawn. I want less lawn.
You want more concrete?
More concrete, yeah, everywhere. I love concrete. We've spoken about that, and Tara's going to be chewing forewarning.
No, I know. I told you watched Bog Boy. So good.
Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
That's not a horror film.
No, it's not.
We're talking about horror.
All right, sorry.
So, okay, that's the wish thing. What's the scariest thing that you've seen or read?
Let me chew on it a bit more.
Chew on it? Yeah, okay. Train spotting?
Oh, the baby
scene?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
That freaks me out. That terrifies me. It terrified me before I was a father as well. Like, I do not like that.
The baby dies too, though. It's so sad.
Well, yeah, that's why they dream that it's then dead and then its head turns around, it's crawling up.
So horrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
That scene also stayed with me a lot.
It's not good.
Scariest thing. I get scared really easily.
Do you?
Yeah, really easily. So any film that's even slightly scary, I have to cover my eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a real wuss. I'm very easily swayed by film. So if the film's saying funny, I laugh. If the film's saying be scared, I'm scared. Like very easily manipulated in film. I'm like the perfect dumb audience.
Is that why you like Yorgos Lanthimos? Yeah.
Is that why I like him? Because
he's hard to guess how you act in those situations.
I think so. He makes you puzzle things out.
Yeah.
He's real tricksy. He likes each film element to make you that funny laugh, that funny scary laugh. He really manages to quite grab that right in the middle, where you're always feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and it's kind of funny in the violence, but it's also really horrible. Like there's even scenes. There's a scene in Lobster where he kills a dog, and I fucking love dogs, and so I really don't like seeing cruelty in animal. But it's done in a way that's kind of funny in a weird way.
Yeah, right.
It's really weird how he manages to just hit that straight on the head, and another scene where someone's just eating spaghetti, and the way they do it is just so horrific. The way they're eating it, like he's just slurping it all up, and the spaghetti. This is in Killing of a Sacred Deer. Spaghetti's like falling all over his shirt, and he's just eating it like so aggressively that's kind of scary. Like he just does weird shit with really familiar things and makes them scary.
That's cool.
And that's why I wrote in my paper. I did a paper on him recently on Heimlich and unheimlich, so Freud's concept of familiar and unfamiliar.
Yeah.
So that idea of the uncanny is that you're taking an element that you feel really familiar with, like eating spaghetti, and you take it to you take it to a weird element where it suddenly becomes scary and unrecognizable, or something about it becomes unsettling. And he also looked at the doppelganger as being an example of that, so that films that explore, where you have someone looking back at you that's the same, or twins, you'll find a bit unsettling as well. And there's a few other examples he uses, but what I really like about Dogtooth is that this element of uncanny is all throughout. Like there's a dance scene, I think I showed it to you, where they're just dancing for like 10 minutes. The scene goes on for ages, and they just get more and more frenzied, and you just feel so uncomfortable. You manage to just do it really well. But Yorgos isn't that scary. It's more kind of disturbing. But any like jump scares I'm really easily scared. Are you scared easily?
No. I can play horror games and stuff pretty fine. I'm okay with it. It's just concepts I don't like that dead baby concept of it crawling up the wall. I do not like that. Like that, it's more. We've probably spoken about this by this point, but it's either abjection. It's like that shocking experience, and I don't like that aspect. Are
there times in your life you've been scared? Scared for your life, or really scared?
I remember being scared in high school.
What about?
Oh, like bullying stuff. So yeah, I remember actually being scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not.
Is that the last time you remember feeling like physically scared?
Well, there's the exhilaration. So when I would have to go to council and have to do speeches where I tore people apart if it was necessary to do so. Like there is this big exhilaration. It was not a pleasant experience. I would not say that I liked doing that. I was good at it, but I did not like doing it. Yeah? So that's, I don't think you call that scared though. Do you?
No. I'd call that like nervousness. Wouldn't necessarily call that scared.
But I've had ice addicts in my shop try and steal stupid fucking cables and stuff and I step up to them and stare them down in the face and have a go at them. I don't get scared with that, which is weird. Like I should get scared, but I guess I don't. Like I guess it was like beaten out of me in high school or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I was pretty scared when I was in India the first time on my own, because I was travelling up to the hill forts. I think I was travelling north. I might have been in Nepal by myself. From one hill station to another, and it was getting dark, and for some reason the bus had dropped me off at this random village when it was supposed to keep taking me to Pokhara, but it had just stopped and left and said to get off here. And I just remember being with my luggage thinking, I have no idea where I am. There's no reception. I don't speak any Nepalese, and there's no tourists around. Nobody looks like me at all. And I don't know where I'm going to sleep tonight. And I was really, really frightened, because I was like, I'm here on my own. I have no idea what I'm doing. It was my first trip on my own as well. I'd gone there with a friend thinking we'd travel together. That person had gone home, so I was on my own. And then another bus came through, because they strike a lot around Nepal and India. Like always the bus drivers are striking. Another bus came through and they took me to Pokhara, and I was there. And there was this weird guy. He met me at the hotel, whatever, and he was like, do you want me to give you a head massage? I'm like, no. He was Nepalese. He must have been in his like 40s. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want you, no. He's like, you look really tense. I'm like, yeah, I am now. Like, and he came into my hotel, like into my room. I'm like, I think you should go and blah, blah, blah. And it was a bit like, felt a bit uneasy. I don't really like when it's hard, because you don't want to offend people, but as a woman you're often walking that fine ledge between not wanting to be really rude but also always being worried, oh, is this person going to try and kill me, or is this person going to molest me, or you know what I mean. You're always a bit hyper vigilant, especially like in India and Nepal are pretty, you're always a bit on edge a little bit when you're traveling on your own, especially when there's not many women around. I'm always on the look, like if there's a place where there's hardly any women, I get a bit nervous. So I'm like, well, why aren't there many women now? Like, is this a place where women don't normally go? And It's always something to think about. So those times I've been a little bit scared, but I think most people would be in the situation.
Yeah, totally.
But I used to get scared as a kid a lot, like being home alone, like really scared, really easily thinking someone's going to come and try and get into the house or come and open the door. My mum was quite paranoid as well, so she would always, and I'd be left alone. I always think someone's going to try and sneak in and try and like kill me or murder me. I was really fearful as a child, and then it was not until I moved to an apartment that I suddenly felt a lot safer because I'm suddenly more elevated. And it felt like people around. Oh, the Blue Mountains! I was so scared every night I went to sleep. I was scared because when Tom was away, I think I've told you about this. There was like glass windows on all sides of the room, so everywhere you stood, people could potentially see you. Yeah. During the lounge room, they could see you. Your bedroom, you could see you. There were sliding doors, so really easily accessible. And then they cut all the pine trees down, so it just felt so exposed. And something about that house I just hated. So I actually really like living in dense areas. I feel a lot safer. Like there's always someone around. Like if I yelled out in my house, there's maybe like 5 or 6 people that can hear me if I was really loud. Whereas in that house, nobody would hear you. Like it was just. That's why I don't like living in isolation. But you live pretty closely dense. Like if you yelled out, someone would probably hear you as well. So.
I don't think they can. Somewhat. I mean, I live in a very small block, but in a rural area. Yeah. But I guess it's a suburban place in a rural area. So there are lots of big blocks around us, but I live in the suburban place. What is going on out there?
I don't know. It sounds like a protest. Or a football game. Maybe sport.
Some sporting activity.
What's your scariest movie you've ever seen?
It has to be Transporting. That scene is terrifying. I don't really... You know the shock horror films and Scream and...
Well, they're comedy. Scream's a comedy. Yeah.
Okay, not that one. What's those other ones? Like...
Saw.
Saw, yeah. I don't really get scared of that. Oh, is it I Pissed on Your Grave?
I haven't seen it.
That's bad. That's not terrifying. It's just grotesque.
Yeah.
It's got severe rape scenes, and it's not a good film. Yeah. And it's about a terrible experience of a woman and revenge and stuff. So it's quite horrible, and you almost root for the person who has had the wrong done to her. So the murderer becomes the hero. Which is an interesting flip. Yeah. But yeah, it's a horrible scene of what takes place. It's not good. But yeah, that's probably.
Did you see
off-putting?
What was it called? Not The Road. It was a recent one. Us, not Us and Them. What was it called? Where there's the main character's African American and he goes visits his girlfriend and then they're white supremacists. So they try and kill him. I can't remember the name.
No.
You didn't see this one?
No, that was recently.
Yeah, recent. Yeah, I forgot what it was called. That was really, really good horror film. It was really good. Just like switching this like really racist family that they basically kill African American people over again, and so just consume their bodies. So then they would become That was quite scary. Antichrist was one of the scarier films I've seen. Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen any of what's his name? Lars von Trier's films?
What are those?
Lars von Trier, the director. You haven't seen? He does Antichrist, Melancholia.
I've seen Melancholia.
Oh yeah. He does.
I like that.
Yeah, that's really foreboding film. Those big scenes of the planet like coming over and stuff. Yeah. He does. He's not very good to the women actresses in his films, but he is a good director. I find just very. Yeah, as an aside, no, he's a bit of a jerk. But his films. I like the way they play around with certain elements, and I think they're quite cleverly made. I like clever films. His film Antichrist is pretty disturbing. It starts with, I think, a scene with a little boy getting either injured or murdered. I can't remember, but I found that really uncomfortable to watch. I don't like when animals or children get hurt, particularly in films.
Do you didn't like Lion?
Pardon?
Lion? You know, the story of the film with the boy that gets lost in India?
Oh, no, I liked it. That was sad though. What is it? Galu. Keep saying it over and over again. Yeah. I thought it was cute.
That was a mispronunciation or something.
Yeah.
Of the hometown. That's sad.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a good film. I like that actor too, the Australian actor that played the main guy.
Yeah.
What else about horror films? But yeah, what else have we seen? I saw Nightingale recently, which I thought was really good Australian horror film.
Mm-hmm.
They also did, the same director did Babadook, which
Yeah.
was really good as well. But it was more scary in the sense of like disturbing, the rape scene.
Yeah.
It wasn't really scary as in atmospheric. I think that's really hard to convey, like making an atmosphere scary.
Do you find books scarier than films then?
I don't really get scared in books as much. For me, the visual element's a big part of it. Because I've read quite a few Stephen King books, and I don't find that as scary. But when I see it, I don't like seeing violence happen against other people. I find it really disturbing.
Yeah. So the Stephen King stuff, it's just so cartoonish now to me. Like it.
You mean the books or the films?
Both. It becomes so desensitized to all of it that it's no longer like that terrifying. Silence of the Lambs and that whole, Hannibal Lecter. It's not really. It's disturbing. I don't think it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find more like what if you had to rank zombie films, paranormal films, or psychological kind of murder films? Which would you say that you find scariest?
Probably the psychological ones. All the others are.
You don't find paranormal stuff scary?
No.
I find it really scary.
Really?
Yeah. I think the part of me, the like weird, like alternate hippie part of me finds it kind of true.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit true.
So X-Files, you find that it's spooky?
A little bit.
Yeah,
but
right.
Not normally.
Yeah.
We watched one the other day. It was like a special. Must have been because it was all in black and white.
Oh.
It was really quite cute. It was about like it's kind of like a The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
X-Files?
Yeah, X-Files episode. It's like. Did
That's
you
the
see it?
famous one.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen all the X-Files.
Oh yeah, the black and white one with the
Yeah.
little like. That was such a good episode.
It
was so adorable.
And how there's the music at the beginning, at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so that family is a real family.
Really?
Yeah.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah. It's a really fascinating story.
What? So some genetically modified person have three heads.
They're not genetically modified. They're just inbred. Like it's an inbred family.
Oh no, but they were bred with animals.
Yeah, that's
not
that's
true.
the X-File.
Yeah. I'm like,
That's
this can't be true.
Yeah, but it's based on a real family.
But the child had like three heads. Obviously, it wasn't like in real life that disturbing.
No.
Yeah, it's supposed to X-Men.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But the ending was so adorable where they're at like the Cher concert, and because the kid loves Cher, the musician.
Yeah.
Don't remember?
I can't remember the end.
Where they go, all he wanted to do was go to the concert, and they went and let him have one last concert.
Yeah.
It was so cute. It was a good episode.
I like the Monster of the Week episodes of X-Files. That's a Monster of the Week.
Oh, I didn't
episode.
realise. Sometimes they're on SBS, so I just turn it on.
Yeah, so there's every second episode through a lot of their series. It's a standalone episode. You can just watch it on its own. It's basically Mulder and Scully go to place. There is a monster.
Oh, okay. No, I saw
And
another one. I saw the one with the tree shifter that lives in the forest and it can
there's
change.
that guy,
And they snuggled. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I love it when like the romantic element comes in. They love each other a little bit.
The liver eating guy. He's
The eating
the
guy.
He's the guy that lives in the air conditioning vent.
I think I've seen that one too.
Yeah. But yeah, those I like those. I think that was really innovative. And you can just watch those.
I like X-Files too.
Yeah, X-Files is good.
I tried watching them back to back. I found that a bit hard, but now when I just see one, I'm happy when I watch it. But yeah, what else is a good horror movie? Misery is really good. The Stephen King adaptation. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
With Kathy Bates. She is such a good actress. Just really disturbing.
I don't even remember what she looks like. Doesn't matter. I can look later.
She plays the premise. They get the writer and she hobbles his knee so he can't walk anymore. You seen it?
I'm sure I've seen it.
Oh, it's such a good film. She's like, I'm your biggest fan. Like, she loves this writer. His name's like, I think it's P. Sheldon. So basically, P. Sheldon is a writer who writes these books, Misery, about this female heroine that, falls in love with certain people. And he's in the middle of writing one book and he's planning on finishing off and killing off the main character because he's sick of writing this series. He's been doing like 10 books of it. And anyway, he... I can't remember if she caused the accident or he has an accident and she finds him at the car and takes him home and basically tries to keep him prisoner over the time so that he can rewrite the version of the story he likes. Yeah. But he tries to escape and she hobbles his knees. It's one of the most disturbing scenes I've ever seen. So he hammers in his knees so he's like hammered legs so he can't walk properly.
Yeah.
And just the way he talks, she talks and everything, being like that weird switch between like loving him and hating him, I thought really interesting. Like, I'm your number one fan, and she says like, oh, she's like, something she uses like swearing. She doesn't like to use certain swear words. So she makes them into like shit-a-loodle or like kind of weird, disturbing things. She's a great actress. I really like it. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on horror films?
No. Horror games. I mean, yeah, I've played so many.
Oh, I'm looking forward to we shouldn't date it, but anyway.
That doesn't matter.
There's something new one coming out. The guy off Walking Dead. Tom's been talking about it all the time. Something Rising. Something Man Rising.
Dead Rising.
Dead Man Rising.
The game, something Rising.
It's by the...
Hideyoshi Kojima.
Yes, who left the other gaming thing?
Konami.
Yeah, left that.
There's lots of fill-ins here. It's the guy with the other thing.
Yeah.
The other,
But Tom's been showing me a few of those trailers. It looks pretty interesting. There's heaps of good actors. They've got so they've got Norman Bates. They've got Mads Mikkelsen. And they've got a few other really good actors voicing it and stuff. It looks like a good game.
It does look like a good game.
Yeah, have you watched the trailers?
I have.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks
and the
really good.
little baby and stuff.
Yeah.
And it looks quite interesting. So I'm keen to play that. It looks a bit scary.
Yeah. And all of his games have like interesting weird twists and stuff to them. So yeah, very...
Tom wanted to pre-order it and they're giving you like life-size babies in jars. I'm like, no, that's not coming
really?
with us. Yeah. Because there's like a baby that Norman Bates' characters I think carries to try and see the evil ghost. I don't really understand the premise, but you know how they do loots or whatever, looting packages to win. If you pre-order the game, you pay like $500 or whatever, you get special shit.
Yeah.
It was like that baby size vat of the baby in there. And I'm like, what the hell would we do with that, Tom?
Jeez.
I don't want that.
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we could do that.
Have you ever pre-ordered and got like loot, like that sort of stuff from the game?
Yeah. I own a retail store.
But for you took home.
Yes, I've got like
What
alien
game?
stuff. Aliens things. So I enjoy Aliens films. And Aliens is banned in my house whilst Jodie's pregnant a lot of the time. So
Really? She doesn't want to see that scene with that.
No. And I think it's a great like childbirthing film. It's about a love story between a person and a baby alien.
It's true. Tom loves those films as well. I think they're okay, but they're not my favourite.
But they're not scary to me.
No, that last one was shit though. The one we watched together at the cinema. With
That
Tom.
was Predator.
Aren't they the same?
No.
I thought the same director.
No, because there's Alien, and then there's Predator, and then there's Alien vs Predator, which are different films.
Oh, I thought they were all by the same person. Nah. Anyway, this has been fun. I'm sorry for everybody.
Yes.
This ramble. This was a shit episode, wasn't it?
No, I think it was okay. Monkey's Paw by W.W Jacobs. I recommend it. It's good.
Do you want to rate it 10 out of 10?
3 out of 3 monkey.
Fingers?
How many monkey fingers out of 3? It's only out of 3.
Monkeys have more than 3 fingers.
No, but there's the story of the monkey only has 3 fingers.
Oh, okay. But in real life, they have 5.
Did you count your fingers then?
No.
They have 1, 2.
I had to think about it.
No.
Okay, out of 3. Okay, you go first.
No, you go.
Okay,
You're
I'm going to give it
1.
1 out of 3. I'm curling my finger over. How many do you give?
I'll give it 2 out of 3.
You didn't give it 3 out of 3?
Okay, 3 out of 3.
No, well, you said you liked it.
I did like it.
Well, 2 out of 3 is a really average mark, isn't it?
It's above average.
Isn't it halfway?
It's like a 66.6%.
Isn't it like 50%?
No. If there was 4 fingers and it was 2,
All right.
then you'd have 50%.
Don't try and get me with the mathematics. It's not interesting.
You gave it like a 33%.
Yeah, I think it could have got 0, so.
Oh, okay. All right, 66 for me.
All right, and this is just existing. We're going to do it next week because it's just existing in the ether. What are we doing?
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Yes.
It doesn't matter, does it?
No.
I mean, this is done right when it was supposed to be done.
Yes. Yeah, it's happened. There's amazing things that happened this week. There was things.
Yeah, so many things. How was the thing?
Oh, so good.
Oh yeah,
so good. How's Brexit going? It's still going.
Still same, yeah. That's great.
Wouldn't it be amazing? I guess it wouldn't be amazing, the angst of Europe and Britain, but for it still to be going on after the election on the December 12th, like if it was still happening.
Yeah. Do you think it will? How would you rate it out of monkey paws?
Monkey paws, Brexit.
Still being an issue after December 12th.
Oh, chances of it? Yeah, 100%.
You think it'll still be 100%
chance?
We should do an episode on Brexit. We haven't done much political stuff.
We can do that.
I don't know much about Brexit. Okay. I mean, I get the premise, but it'd be good to know more about it. And you're a bit of an expert, aren't you? You've been keeping up to date.
Yeah, I listen to Parliament, like British Parliament.
Yeah.
Question time and stuff.
You haven't got enough stuff to do.
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
Anyway,
All right.
thanks for letting us ramble for a good however long
hope
we've been
you
rambling.
enjoyed this episode on horror, and it wasn't horrible for you.
Haha, if you have any film recommendations or for our 12 listeners, if you want to give us...
Actually, give us a film to watch.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Except Mark.
Yeah.
Not you,
Except
Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody else.
No, Mark.
No, Mark. Give us a film, Mark.
But it has to be a good film.
Yeah, it has to be under 15 minutes because Ben's got short attention.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, I'm going to go back to chewing.
Okay, see you. Bye.